countdown and the beautiful interface that is the countdown on the map Whirlwind. We don't
Indeed.
have a lot of people in the lobby lounge, but maybe they can make some noise for the Dutch guy that's winning here.
Hopefully we'll.
First off, we're gonna introduce the suite. This game suck, spawning in the bottom right hand corner. Wyman, you're gonna get more applause, I think. Take it away.
Who knows? Here in the top right, we have the blue Protoss from Team Fnatic, currently up 1-0. It's the Dutchman, FnaticHarstem.
Alright, it looks like the Dutchies are definitely favorite this day. And I can imagine that very much so.
Who could have possibly expected that to happen at the Dutch StarCraft League offline finals in The Hague?
I know, right? I don't know, but it's not gonna get more Dutch than this if FnaticHarstem goes to the final right here. Not to mention it's an all Dutch cast right now, so that's pretty cool.
It is. I do kind of have to say, I think it's really cool that both of these players' parents are currently here right now.
Yep,
it really makes it look like more of an actual sporting event.
It is.
Because, you know, that's who doesn't show up to their kids when they're playing high-level sports.
I've seen them all day. Every time I've been casting a game of Harstem, their parents have been cheering for me as well. Been very nice also. So
Well, that's
thank
nice
you
of
so
them.
much.
All right. So in terms of strategy, we have Harstem here with the pilot on the low ground. And the question is he going to throw down a Forge or a Nexus? Well, if you're looking at his mineral count, it could still be either. He's currently passing 150 minerals, so it looks like he once again feels safe going for that Nexus first. And the thing is, for TGS, he's spawning relatively close, and his Overlord is going in the perfect direction in order to scout this. So he has the opportunity to make something work here if he wants to.
Yeah, it's still longer distance than the last map, I think, to walk over, but he can definitely send the first Earthlings there. Maybe Harstem gonna be annoying with the Python again. Then I would definitely do it, because that's another 100 minerals he's investing into blocking something that he's not gonna make the force with.
Yep, this probe is being really annoying, as he's been properly trained to do. Not much of control. Oh, blocks the hatchery placement once again. It's really those smart. Oh, blocks it again and again. TGS
Yep,
might even start getting tilted from this kind of harassment, because there goes the pylon even. So it's a very nice delay here by Harstem, delaying this hatchery for as long as possible. The question is, where's this drone going to go? Is he just going to chase this probe away, or is he going to take the third?
I don't know. I think he wants to go to the third, but so it looks like Harstem's probe is also going there. I think he might as well give up, because Harstem's probe seems to be very good at blocking hatcheries. Does look like he went and cancelled that pylon, so he is throwing it down right now. But the Nexus is already halfway done. Wyman, that's a huge win for Harstem right there with no investment really.
Small tell here. The Overlord in the main of Harstem went completely off course. Normally, a Zerg player will park that over the natural to see what buildings his opponent is making, and instead it's decided to go into the main and is now just going off the side, really indicating that this TGS's multitasking there was being tasked and he was just too busy doing anything else. So Harstem currently executing his plan, playing his game, taking control of the game. Still doesn't have to pull the wall off, but he's got the cannon there, so he should be safe against any link pressure coming here from the Zerg, in case that ever happens, which it won't.
Yep, should be safe indeed. He's also going to send 2 Zerglings to the front, make sure nothing moves out of the base without him noticing. I love that play, of course. A lot of Zerg players do that. You can also poke in a little bit to see if he's researching +1, if there's a Stargate coming up. Some people actually put the Stargate in the front of the wall, part of it.
Some people do that. I would suppose it's better, but it just kind of depends on your final placement. More drones on the way here. TGS now kind of has to play catch up. As strange as that sounds for a Zerg in the early game, where they can just macro freely all they want, and he's gonna finally have time to start some time on this creep spread.
Yep, right now it's 24 drones against 28 probes, so I'm pretty sure that TGS is wanting to make some drones, get the eco going, and really get ahead in the macro game. And Harstem right now not throwing down anything special, is making a few stalkers and a lot to get some map control, get on the map.
I don't know, man. I think +1 attack is pretty damn special for Protoss in this stage of the game. It's not super early, but it's definitely early. So it's a big indicator that the Protoss here might want to go for a nice attack. I mentioned creep spread earlier. So far, there's only 1 tumor active out on the map, and it's not being microed very actively. And it's very important for a Zerg, especially versus Protoss, that you connect these bases with the creep that the creeps can of course spawn. Because without creep, how are you adequately going to defend your natural and your third? It's just almost impossible.
It is one of the things I've noticed from our Swedish players that he usually takes the 2 geysers at his expansion
Yeah,
location.
this is very standard actually.
I think
Because
he wants to throw him off a little bit.
yeah, you always want to do that as a Zerg because the case of the Protoss actually scouting the main is very unlikely. We do have a Stalker Zealot and a Pro out on the map currently. No Mothership Core there to support it, but still, he might get some aggression done. Oh, there's a Mothership Core actually. Kind of missed it.
Yep, Mothership Core not as fast as the other units, trailing behind a little bit. But he is going to make a proxy pylon there, indicating a little bit of pressure. He's also making a robotic facility, which is not going to help that much.
That robo bay is actually very crucial because it indicates that Harstem does not intend to go for a one base all in or something off of 4 gates. He wants to transition and just do damage here wherever he can. And keep in mind, as long as he keeps his Mothership Core alive and doesn't lose too many units, he can just recall out.
Yep, he just wants to poke in, force some units, do as much damage as possible in the meanwhile, of course, but it's no all-in to be sure, because these Immortals are going to come in the main base and won't walk half the way over the map to reinforce.
Both players are currently equal in workers. What Harstemir is doing is pressuring to force his opponent to make, well, units instead of drones. However, it doesn't seem that TGS is falling for it. 7 more drones on the way. And is Harstem now finally going to commit? He's moving with 5+1 Zealots and a +1 Stalker to the third. There is, of course, a Spike Roller here, and now Slow Links and Roaches moving in to defend, and Harstem adequately pulls back.
Yep, it was fake pressure, but the Swedish Zerg not falling for it at all, actually. Reacting perfectly to it, making a lot of drones. And actually, I think that that's really not good for Harstem, because he might actually get these units focused down as well if he's not careful.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much time for Harstem to recall out, because these Roaches are just kind of too strong against the Zealots. First Zealot already falls, second getting focused here by the Roaches, and then there's the recall. Recalls his forces to his natural. He's going to probably go to transition here into an Immortal Sentry all-in.
Yep, it looks to be an Immortal Sentry all-in. No surprise there, because he did have the robotic facility making Immortals the whole way through. Didn't do a lot of damage initially, but next time he has the Immortals with him, and that could pan out a lot different.
So many sentries. Very important thing to notice here. I don't see a Warp Prism. There might be one following up, but we have 3 Immortals already out on the map, and if he goes now with this, the only units that his opponent will have are Roaches and Lynx, which just get absolutely slaughtered by this composition. Here's the Warp Prism on the way, by the way.
Very important fact, though, is that he just scouted it with a few links, knows that it is coming, and Hydras are already in production, and the Hydras will be the ideal unit to clean this up, especially mixed in with some Zerglings, I would say, can clean it up very fast, keep the Zealots busy, snipe them off, and then just finish the job. A lot of Spine Crawlers are also on the way, and I don't think Harstem's position is that good. He does have a proxy pylon on the left side of the map. He's going to try to run in some Zealots on the other location as well, but I have a feeling that AT is going to hold this, to be honest with you. What's your opinion?
The Hydras are going to be absolutely key in holding this, and the Spine Crawlers have now all finished, so I don't think Harstem, he should either try to swoop in through the side and force field out his army. Oh, he's going to try to snipe in. Nice force field here, cutting off the army of TGS, slicing up those at the front, and now he's killed off most behind the force field. He's just going to go into the third.
Yeah, but he's going to try, but there's a lot of Roaches and Hydras on the way, but that force field looks like a donut. It catches everything inside, and the other guys
sentries though doing all of the damage. He's now going into the force field here with the sentries. Not sure if that's the correct move. Drones being pulled off the line because the Zealots were actually slicing them up there at the third. Do we have more force fields here for Harstem? I don't think we do. We only have one more left. But there's a lot of +1 Stalkers here actually breaching the front here against this Hydra Roach force. Is TGS going to hold on?
Alright. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, there are some Roaches and Hydra still alive. Does snipe the Mothership Core. That's actually a big deal, to be honest. But he did keep the Immortals alive. So it's also really good for Harstem.
More units here being warped in for FnaticHarstem. He doesn't really care about the Mothership Core because what are you going to use this for? To retreat? He has no intention to retreat. He's all in off of this 2-base build. His +1 armor is almost finished. He takes down the third base, heavily limiting his opponent's economy, heavily limiting its unit production, warping in even more units with the Warp Prism, even more sentries. And it looks like this is crunch time here for TGS. Looking at the unit counter, he has 20 Overlords, 15 Roaches, and only 6 Hydras. I don't think TGS can really win this game anymore.
That's surprising how a game can chase that fast. The amount of force fields that Harstem had was ridiculous, to be honest. I don't know how many sentries he had at that point. I'll have to check the replay sometime because that was really, really good. There's still
disengagement. Is he going to pick up the Immortals?
I don't know, but this is going to be really hard for for this game
We have
suck to hold.
a strange lull here in the game for some reason. Both players doing a Mexican standoff at the natural. Harstem contemplating his chances. What do I do? Do I go in? Do I force the issue? I have my opponent on 2 base. And instead, he's just going to camp, hold, take a third, and transition into Colossi. Such
Yep.
an excellent decision making here from his part. You know, having the state of mind to say, okay, you know what? I'm ahead. I'm not going to kill my opponent because he's stuck on 2 base. I'm just going to get more ahead.
Yeah, it's still a little bit risky for Harstem to run in there. If the force fields are good, it can make it happen. But there's still a lot of stuff from TGS. I mean, he's ahead in supply and also in army supply. He's got a lot of roaches and hydras. They're upgraded as well. So I don't know.
He's
But
going to go
he's
another
gonna
round.
go for
Force
it.
fields are perfect though. Slices
Whoa,
off a nice
perfect.
part of this army, takes it out without too much issue, and Harstem with the state of mind once again. He just reacted perfectly to that. That was exactly what he had to do. Puts his army back on hold position, and he decides to go for it. Still a lot of force fields left on these sentries though, so he can keep this up for a while.
Yeah, those force fields were almost instant. I mean, the reaction time of Harstem really showing what a good gamer he is right now.
TGS realizes he's being had. His opponent is getting ahead behind of this, and he cannot let him just do that. He either needs to break out at the front, or he needs to throw down a Nidus and go forward. More force fields here for Harstem, cutting off more of the army, just slicing it once again in pieces. And his first Colossus, it's underway.
Yeah, but once these Colossus start coming out, there's no way back with a huge clump of Zerg units does get out, and Harstem is taking some damage. He's warping in some extra zealots on the back.
This is perfect. This is exactly what Harstem wanted. He's got the choke, he's got the concave. He sliced in exactly half of TGS's army, which has been slaughtered without doing the damage that he wanted to do with it. Looking at the unit stat, we see the worker count is equal. Only 7 Hydras, 20 Roaches. There's almost as many Stalkers as Roaches on the map.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see 2 happy parents if this game goes up like this, because Harstem is pulling this game in and looking very good right now.
Yeah.
Third base is up, and his army is actually really impressive. I think he could just run in soon with the Colossus and finish that off.
We will see. He'll be able to play it. He'll probably play it slow, try to poke away at his opponent, bit by bit with the Colossus, trying to outrange him. He's finally saturating his third, meaning that his income will be that much greater than his opponent's, who still, not a charge down the ramp, but it gets 4 fielded in half. Again, perfectly here done by Harstem. Having that calm, having that state of mind. Is he going to force field the rest of them in though? No, he gets another slice in half, takes down more of the Roaches, and I think he might just go in here and go for the kill soon.
Yep, there's not much army left. Actually, half of it is a few drones that actually have mineral badges in it.
There we go.
He's going to try and run down, but
no,
this is over.
We have links on the way here for TGS, which is always a bit of a desperation move for a Zerg in a situation like this, because they are just not the best unit you want to have. Harstem, however, once again, playing it slowly, playing it calm, waiting for his Colossus range to finish, warps in more units. He's not getting more upgrades though. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I wanted to see +2 attack here, but I can't fold him again. And once again, the engagement break loose. Colossi here roasting the drones, roasting the Hydras. Nice pull here actually for TGS, getting a decent concave, but there's just too much army here for Harstem, and he wins!
Congratulations, Harstem, for winning. And he's going to be taking on Liquid Red once again in the finals.
Yes.
After the Team League finals finish. It should be around 9 on the main stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Follow @Wyman, right?
Yep.
And @MidOdin. And check out the finals against Liquid Red. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for watching.